Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Heroes Path video. This is going to be one of the last videos for a little bit. They are closing the beta. If you haven't seen my last video, I went through all the details there. Still not everything is hashed out as far as all the regions. I'm thinking North America won't get it, but the whole point of this video is just to go over my account. I'll show you where I've gotten in 1 month. I have spent a lot of money on the game. Unfortunately, I'm going to go do all the refunds, but I'm waiting because I don't want to get banned. So I'm going to wait another day to do those so I can make a couple videos on the game before it's all wiped and closed. So let's start out with the roster. Basically, you have to get everyone to level 240. And then once you get to 240, you're able to basically boost them up. Now, I'm trying to remember how I even do that. Let's be real here. How do I even do that? Crystal of Wisdom. Oh yeah, they have it in, it's not really easy to, oh, it actually took me there. If you go to growth in the bottom right, Crystal Wisdom, that's where it's at. Okay, I forgot. Okay, so basically what happens once you get to max level, you get 240, and then it's kind of like the other games where you can level them up, you know, together. So you can see there I went to 252, and then there's a bunch of levels. You use all of these, and then you get to here, and then it actually requires a little bit of this dust. So I guess I might as well just use everything I got going on here. Might as well. It's all going to be gone real soon anyways. So, okay, that's that. And then you can just continuously level up doing it that way, okay? This levels up everyone in your crystal, so that's really nice. I like this one because they don't actually have a crystal. So it kind of just levels everyone up. You know, some of the other games you have to actually physically put each hero into the crystal for them to get the level. So this one just does your whole roster, which is quite nice. Okay, so I want to go through and just kind of highlight some of the heroes I think are really good that I've been using a lot. As far as SRs, you have Natalie, who's a really solid tank. She's really good because she gets a block death. Her damage is scaled by armor and attack, which is quite nice. So she's been pretty good. You got Hortus here, who's a decent warrior. I says Mantis warrior, but he's actually a rogue. And he's a single target damage dealer. He is decent as well. I don't have any exclusive weapon in him, so I think him and... where's the other girl? I think these two right here are actually very similar. Shuri, I was like, where's the other girl? Oh, right next to her. Right next to him. So Shuri is a tank as well. I'm sorry, a single target as well. So these two are kind of similar in terms of damage, survivability, etc. I don't have... Oh, I do have exclusive 10 on her. I should have exclusive 10'd him just so I could test it out. I don't have enough to do it. But yeah, I want to test him out. These two are pretty solid. These two are pretty solid in the beginning as well. Quasimodo is good. He's got kind of like a laser beam, so he's kind of AoE, but kind of single target at the same time. She has like a channeling AoE damage that's decent. This clown dude, Jerry, is actually really solid for an SR as well. So this guy puts... like decrease armor on the enemy, which is quite nice, and he has this thing that increases the AoE damage taken, so that one's he's pretty good. As far as SRs, who else is good? Bobo can be decent in some content. I don't know why, but for some reason in some content he's like really good, and then most content he's awful. I don't know, like sometimes he just randomly does a lot of damage and I can't really figure it out why. But some levels he almost competes with my Benson, and then most other times he's just garbage. SRs, who else is good for SRs? As far as the tanks, I don't think any of the tanks are really amazing. So you got 3 tanks, none of them are amazing. I do see a lot of people use John over some of the others, so maybe John's got something going on, but he does have a shield that he generates for himself. I think he has some sort of support in here as well. Yeah, increase all allies units attack speed by 10% while he's doing his rock music. I think that's his ultimate. Yeah, it should be his ultimate there. So he's got a little bit of support in his kit. I do see people use him. Healers aren't the best. The SSR healer is a lot better than the SR healers. These girls are just okay. They just can't really keep up for healing, but they do have some support in their kits as well. I think she gives like attack or something. Increases the allies' attack by 10%. So get an attack boost from her. Healers just aren't that great in here. Now, as far as SSRs, I feel like Benson is probably one of the best in the game. Benson is just amazing. He's this is actually my only exclusive 30 hero right now. So obviously that's going to make him even stronger, but he is quite strong. Hero must reach Immortal 5 to continue leveling up. You can tell me you can continue leveling these up at Immortal 5? That's a thing? That's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, so when you get the full exclusive weapon 30, you get 16% base stats, 12% crit chance. This isn't always crit chance. Sometimes it's like armor pen, sometimes it's other stuff. And then you get 8% damage boost and damage reduction, which is kind of nice. So he's really good. He transforms into a dragon, does all this crazy stuff, gives himself a shield. He has some life leech. He does AoE damage. He does single target damage. He's just a really good hero. Probably the best in the game. That's Benson. Probably the second best in the game, in my opinion, is probably Link. I do have a tier list. It's linked in the description below if you want to go check it out. I did update it recently, so it should reflect what I'm talking about. But this guy's really good. He has this huge AoE attack that does a lot of damage. It's kind of like a channeling, and he just keeps on hitting and hitting and hitting. It's really good, lots of damage. He also has some little bouncing attacks and blah, blah, blah. He is my next person I'm building up towards exclusive 30. Obviously, it's all going to go away tomorrow, but yeah, so he's exclusive 26. Really solid. Now, for all these guys, I've been having trouble getting attack percent helms, actually. I've been using a flat attack. I finally got an attack percent helm for him just recently. But all these guys, you're basically building really high attack, and then you're looking for like crit substats or crit damage substats. This guy doesn't have a lot of crit, but he's got a decent chunk of attack. So he's probably my second best in the game. AoE damage, really good hero. Now this girl right here, Lynn, is really solid single target. So she like enters this awakened state and basically just like spams a bunch of abilities, which is pretty cool. She gets turbo, which is like kind of like speed in this game, and she just uses a lot of abilities. She's a single target damage dealer. She's really good for like this game's version of Ancient Altar. So she's been really solid. Big fan of her. Edward's really good. He's a bit squishy. I actually have him right now in health percent and health percent with attack, and then you know I have some solid crit chance. This weapon's actually really nice, but I built him just you know high HP just to keep him alive, but the rest is focused on attack percent and crit rate and stuff like that. So I do have some decent crit on him. Let's see what his crit is. He's like 40% crit, which isn't terrible. Again, this has only been out a month, so I don't have perfect gear for any of these guys yet, so take that with a grain of salt. But Edward, melee, really important in the gear dungeon. The gear dungeon is the hardest of the dungeons. I'll go through some dungeon comps in another video, but this is just kind of talking about all the heroes that I have and which ones I think are the best so far and kind of what I've done here. Elia is a really good healer, one of the best healers. I guess she's the only healer that's an SSR right now, but she is quite strong. She basically goes in and does this AoE that heals everyone. So she hops in the middle, and then she channels this thing for 5 seconds. The channeling is kind of annoying in this game, I'm not going to lie, because you can move heroes in this game. So when they're channeling, you can't move them, and like they always seem to channel, and they like channel, and then the boss will put like a big ability on the ground, and of course it's like they just started their channel, so that's kind of annoying. But you can't, once you get like the synergy of the bosses, you can move people around to avoid stuff like that. But yeah, she's been a really strong healer. She just blows the SR healers out of the water. She just does, you know, 10 times the amount of healing as them. Healers in this game are built on attack, so attack percent is the best for increasing your healing. You can get healing substats, but they're kind of rare. But I do build her with some tankiness just to keep her alive. I have an attack helm, attack ring, but I went armor neck. You can't get attack percent neck, you can only get flat attack, so I do armor or HP a lot here because I feel like flat attack's not quite as good. And in this game, crit chance actually does work on healing. So if you click it, you can actually see that it does actually work for healing. I don't know if crit boost works on healing. Do I have crit boost on anyone here? Because if I go here, if you click here, you can actually see what they do. So let me see, crit boost, if I click it. Healing, it does work. Okay, so the character has a 50% base crit boost. Triggering a crit will increase the damage or the healing by at least 10%. Okay, so that's cool. Crit boost does work on heals as well. Kind of interesting in this game. This is one of the new girls, Betty. She's actually really good. So Betty is a single target rogue, but she has really huge range on this thing. The range is massive. It goes like the whole thing. So if you play her on manual, you can actually attack people at the very back row from your back row. And she hits pretty hard. So this is really cool. It does a lot of damage, and yeah, she kind of like goes on recharge after this, but she's been really useful for some content because you can snipe enemies in the story that are really annoying, like healers in the back and stuff like that. So I'm one away from getting her immortal. It doesn't matter, obviously, because it's all getting reset, but yeah, so she's really good there. She has like a little tiny bit of AoE. It's like a small area, but she's mostly single target. So we'll go through just the rest of her kit real quick. Yeah, she's been really good. Big fan of her. Really nice. I haven't built the SSR tank. Tanks aren't the best in this game, so I don't really... you don't really need to build tanks at all in this game to do anything. You can... because Benson's kind of going to be your tank, right? So there's no real point in using the tanks, in my opinion. But again, I haven't built him. I haven't tested him. Maybe he's amazing. Who freaking knows? Another... person who I never built was Wesker. He's kind of like some AoE bombs. I don't know. Link is such good AoE that I don't think he's really necessary. I've been able to complete all the AoE dungeons. Again, I'll go over those in another video, but just wanted to talk about it. I don't know much about this guy. I haven't tried him, obviously. Haven't built him. Don't know how good he is, or you know how much AoE damage he does, etc. So don't know much about him. And the last person I didn't cover yet is Sarah. Sarah is a brand new hero. I just did summons for her recently. She's like a tank AoE. She's kind of like Natalie, where her attack and armor scale her damage, which I'm a big fan of. I like how they do that in this game. I haven't seen that before, where basically two things scale damage. I guess other games have it, but this one, it just seems to be kind of common, which is nice. But she rides on her horse and she leaps at a target area, dealing damage, knocking them back. Takes damage. She basically gets, she like tramples and doesn't attack after she gets hit a certain amount of times. Channels turbo to draw the attention of nearby enemies, taunting them, which is kind of nice. She also gains a damage reduction boost, so pretty cool little hero. She's been fun. Haven't messed around with her too much, but yeah, got her built up and just played around a little bit. Obviously, I just got her recently. She was just added to the banners, so obviously I didn't have a lot of time to test it, and now we're getting wiped, so we can do it all over again. So, okay, that's most of the heroes that I think are really important in this game. I guess we'll just talk about banners and stuff real quick while we're in here. I'm going to kind of just poke around in here, just because I'm curious if any of the numbers change. Like one thing I really want to see change is these are too expensive. $250 is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and you have to own the hero to even use them. So it defeats the entire purpose of purchasing people with these frickin' tickets. $250 is too much. This has got to be like $125 or $120. I mean, in Eternal Evolution, it's $80. So here, it's like 4 times the amount. And you can only purchase ones that you already have. So it's like, what is the point in that? Like, if I already have them, obviously if you want to finish them off to Immortal or whatever, but weird. I hope they change that. I really hope they change that going forward. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. What else we got going on? So for game modes, I guess we'll go over that probably in another video. I'll go through the dungeons and other stuff in another video, but I guess just in this one, we got Campaign, Elite, and Nightmare. The Nightmare is limited to 20 per day, so you can only do these 20 times per day. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, just want to talk about some of the heroes I have. Maybe I'll do another tier list video before the end of this. And update it, but I just wanted to kind of go through and click through some of their skills so that I can see if the skills are going to change. Basically, if heroes get rebalanced and stuff. The ones I'm like, I don't know if Benson will get a rework. He just seems so damn good, right? He just seems really good. Let me just click through his skills again. I'm really curious if they're gonna nerf this guy going in. This guy comes in like week 3. They have banners and stuff, so I guess let me pull that up just really fast before we finish the video. And I just want to talk about on my spreadsheet. Just go down there, take a look. It's always in the description. But if I pull it up, I kind of just recorded what happened in the first couple of weeks, right? So I kind of just recorded this, and then this is kind of the order. I don't know if they're going to keep this order or what they're going to do, but I started on 4/9, so I started like 4 days into week 1 on whatever server I was on. So I wasn't really, they have this launch celebration thing that's really good, and you get a free triple SR dragon if you rank in it. So yeah, this is really cool if you do well in this. This is all going to be spenders in here, so in North America, I don't think we're going to be able to spend when we first get in the game, so I don't think I'm going to be able to even get close to doing anything in here, because I'm sure they're going to make me roll on a Europe server or whatever is open, and I'm going to be forced to roll on there, and I'm going to be the only one not able to spend, so, well, all of us North America folks. But, okay, here's this, in case you're interested in that. I don't know if they're going to keep it the same or what they're going to do, but, okay, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and sub. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.